Hey guys, it's Jordan again. I'm on here making my third video. This is going to be a response to BKEY or BKEAY 100. Alright. For those of you that don't know, which are probably most of you other than me and him, um, we've been going back and forth for about a week. We haven't talked in about a week about evolution, or about the theory of that there isn't a God, which I've told him that you cannot prove a negative, but he insists on saying this. All right, I cannot. It's not physically possible for me to prove a negative. However, we've been going back and forth for about a week now. About 2 weeks ago we started, and we've had a lag for about a week because I've decided not to respond to him because I've realized how pointless it is talking to someone who doesn't believe evidence in fact, physical evidence in fact. He believes a book. Okay, so what really irritated me was the fact that he came on and posted a comment on one of my videos. It says, "Dear Mega Man, I'm somewhat disenchanted by you. I asked you to approve or disprove 3 simple premises and received no response. Am I to conclude you're befuddled by the question, or are you above responding? As atheists, all seem to be above responding to those which are the worms of the earth, simple people who merely require responses from the intelligent such as yourself. Still awaiting your response, King of Kings, King of Kings, basis of all knowledge. Speak my superlatives, speak. You claim premises and argument that are fallacious. Your arguments lack substance. Call upon doctrines to save you. You have no ammunition of your own. You require facts from your leadership, which provide no facts at all. I'm sorry I didn't believe which apparently you are. So, what pissed me off is the fact that we lack substance. No, we don't. Okay, we have evidence. They have about the evolution, right? We have proven evolution exists. They have discovered a new species. They have seen a species evolve of finch on the Galapagos Islands. There's been it was like I read it about 2 or 3 years, about 2 or 3 years ago. They have discovered and they have witnessed evolution. They saw 2 parents or 2 finches, all right, interbreed. Now the offspring looks nothing like the original people, or looks nothing like the original parents. That is evolution. That's all it is. It's not that ducks give birth to crocodiles. That's not evolution. All right. So I've proven them wrong on that. I've proven them wrong on the egg and the chicken and the egg. Right. That right there is basis of proof of evolution. That shows that one species has to come from one another. That's all that does. That shows that an egg has to be laid. A chicken egg has to come from a really, really, really close relative of the chicken, which probably would look almost identical to the chicken. Okay, that's proof in itself. There is more stuff that's going on. The 3 premises that he said. All right, I'm going to go on there now. Premise number one: God, if he exists, could provide free will choice to members of his creation, and thus would put himself in a position where he would coexist with evil, in that the objects of his creation have the capacity to choose either evil or goodness. Okay, well, if he gives us free will and wants us to use free will, then yes, we can choose either good or evil. But if he has created everything, therefore he has created good and evil. So we can't get punished for that because it's something that he made. God, if he exists, would by his declaration of free will choice not impose nor in any way intervene with the selection of his created subjects. The choices made by these subjects will be theirs and theirs alone, and not the responsibility of the creator. Well, that's like kind of like saying that if your kid goes out and shoots somebody, you're not held responsible for it. Yes, you are. That's like saying that if someone kills another person in your name, if you go up to a person, right? If there's a guy that goes out and kills someone in the name of Vinny DeVito or whatever, all right, and that's just a mobster name that I'm going to use right now, Vinny DeVito. This one's for Vinny, all right, and he kills you. Guess what? Vinny DeVito just hired that hit, all right. How is that different from these Muslims who go around saying, yes, you must spread by faith, that you must spread by the sword of the faith? I think I'm actually quoting the Pope in that. All right, you're killing in the name of God. God is a fucking hitman. He wants the people who don't believe in him dead, but yet he gives us free will. That's the definition of a hypocrite. 3. The consequences resulting from the choices made by these beings could not and should not be directly attributed to the Creator. Yes, they should, because he's the one that comes up with the consequences. As the end result of a free will choice cannot be ascribed to the one who allows the choice, but only to the one who makes the choice. Yes, it can. If I allow you to go up and kill someone, I'm going to be held responsible. If I'm a security guard at a base or in a building, and I let you go in, knowing that you're going to kill somebody, guess what? I'm going to do that. But if it's a giant invisible man, it's good. It's fine. It's justified. So that's the answer to my question. Or that's the answer to your questions. The reason I haven't responded is because you completely, I'm talking directly to BK 100. Every time I come up with a question for you, you say that's not the way God works. How convenient is that? Okay. For instance, right? There's historical evidence for Jesus. There's just as much historical evidence for Jesus walking and doing all that stuff as there is for Buddha doing whatever Buddha did. Right? The funny thing is we actually have Buddha's body, so there's actually I think more than that, because we actually have where he lives, or where he's dead. But so think about this, okay? 2,000 years ago. Why would Jesus come 2,000 years ago? Okay, when people don't know anything about the earth, okay? They don't really know anything about it. It's just the stuff that came on. That's a little convenient for me. Why couldn't God send Jesus now when we have all this science, which, might I add, I think that'd be a little bit more powerful. Think about this, all right? You get rid of Christianity for 2,000 years. If you watch Family Guy, you'd realize that Christianity, or that science would then not have Christianity to batten it down, and we would evolve in another 1,000 years. If Jesus came in, and right now, which you got to put forward 1,000 years, so in the year 3000, Jesus comes back, and shows us all of this stuff. I think it'd be a little bit more moving, and a little bit more substance, if we had all these ways to debunk it. Okay, there's not, he came at a time where there was no pictures. It doesn't make sense to me. There's no video, there's no pictures. Why would God choose this time to send Jesus? It just doesn't make sense to me. So that's part of what my big gripe is. I don't think that, or let me rephrase that. I know arguing with a creationist is like going around in circles. You're not going to win. It's like the simple thing. How do you know that's true? Well, because it's in the Bible. How do you know the Bible's true? Because God wrote it. How do you know God wrote it? Because it's in the Bible. It's circular logic, and that's how you can never win with a creationist. Use circular logic. And as far as Dawkins has more scientific evidence. Dawkins has more physical evidence to back up his theories than Jesus does to back up, or than the Bible does to back up theirs. So that's something for you to think about. And I know you're not going to, because it goes against your beliefs. So goodbye.